What's going on, y'all? Your boy Playoff Don is back. It is back just, maybe like an hour after the NFL draft ended. Man, hectic first round. And, crazy, unexpected first rounds like this are why I love the NFL draft. Tonight was hectic. It was chaotic. It started hours before the draft even started with all that crazy Aaron Rodgers mess. Aaron Rodgers disgruntled. He wants out. I might make a whole other video about that, but the Packers did not trade Aaron Rodgers to the Broncos like what it was looking like. However, the big thing that everybody was talking about, justice. Okay, the big thing that everybody was talking about was, what do the Niners do at 3? What type of quarterback does Kyle Shanahan want for his system? He gets to handpick his type of quarterback. He picked him. He got him. Trey Lance from North Dakota State but he gets scooped up by Kyle Shanahan and the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, it's an awesome fit. Like, Shanahan gets his high ceiling quarterback that we know he wanted. I never bought into the Mac Jones stuff. I never did. Like, you don't trade that much draft capital for a guy with a limited ceiling like that. And I know I went kind of hard on Mac Jones a couple videos ago. I don't hate Mac Jones. I think he's a really good quarterback, and I think he's going to be pretty good with New England. I think he's going to be pretty good with Belichick and Josh McDaniels. I do. I think Mac Jones is a really good quarterback. I really like him. I think he's super smart. He's super accurate. He knows how to run an offense. He's just the ultimate intangibles guy. Like, Mac Jones is really good. He's a really good first round QB prospect. He's just like Tua from last year. Almost the same player, pretty much. And I think he's going to be pretty good in New England. I do. And that was a great move by New England. Just staying pat. Say, hey, we'll take any quarterback that falls to us. Mac Jones falls to the Patriots, and we'll see if he can be their Tom Brady type guy. But that was a good pick for them. They got their quarterback. I think Mac Jones might and should start day one. I feel like, so I think he's really good. I think Mac Jones is ready to come in and play right now. I do think he's really good, y'all. Yes, I do. But I think Trey Lance probably will be better in that Shanahan system. Man, you give Kyle Shanahan a dude with that ceiling, with a ceiling like Trey Lance, man, I'm telling you, man, Trey Lance in 2022 might be an MVP candidate. I think, bet that right now. If you're a betting guy, bet that right now. Trey Lance for an MVP candidate in 2022 or 23 or whatever, because I think he's raw right now, but after a year of coaching and just teaching him the game, teaching him how to work on, some of his passing mechanics and all that, he can be a monster. He has the highest ceiling, absolutely, of any quarterback in this class. Speaking of high ceilings, the Jags got their guy, the Jets got their guy. As expected. Those are two incredible quarterbacks, Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence. I'm happy for the Jags. I'm happy for the Jets. I hated Jacksonville's second pick. Travis Etienne is an awesome player, but they have a rookie running back last year who was really good. And why take a running back in the first round when you have other needs on your team? But okay, whatever. Etienne's a good player. Whatever. It's what's done is done. I didn't like the pick, but what's done is done. what I did love, shout out to the Chicago Bears. Shout out to the Bears, man. You know, the Bears have been the laughing stock of the offseason. And look at them. The Bears got the last laugh tonight. They traded up. Justin Fields fell far enough because these NFL teams don't know what they're doing. They're overthinking it. The Bears said, we need a quarterback. He fell far enough. They traded back with the... I'm blanking. Who did they trade back with? The Giants, right. The Giants took Kadarius Toney, too, from Florida, wide receiver, shifty dude. Great pick. I think it's a great pick. I do. I think it's a great pick. But Justin Fields to the Bears. I love that. I love that. I love it. I'm so happy for the Bears. I'm happy for Bears fans. They didn't have a miserable offseason. They didn't. They didn't have a laughable, depressing offseason. They duped the entire draft, and I'm happy for him. And I hope Justin Fields works out because, you know, he has clear flaws in his game right now. He does. But I don't think he is this boomer bust guy. I don't. I feel like he's accurate enough to be a quality starter with a crazy high ceiling. I do. And the Bears pounced on that. So shout out to the Bears. The whole NFC North, well, except for the Packers. But aside from them, shout out to the entire NFC North because they really killed it in this draft. Penei Sewell falls to Detroit, scooped them up, A+ move. Of course, Justin Fields with the Bears, and what the Vikings did, the Vikings fleeced the whole draft. They traded back and still got the guy that they wanted anyway. Shout out to the Vikings. Some other nuggets here. The Bengals take Ja'Marr Chase, which was kind of a debate. You know, what did the Bengals do? Penei Sewell, tackle from Oregon, or Ja'Marr Chase, wide receiver from LSU. It was a debate. It was a kind of a heated debate for a few weeks there, and they took Chase. And look, hey, I think that's chasing upside, and I got no problem with that. Joe Burrow to Ja'Marr Chase in college a year ago was the most unbelievable connection that there's ever been in the history of college football. Pair those two back up again, and you're going to get close to the same thing in the NFL. Ja'Marr Chase is an unbelievable wide receiver. And Joe Burrow's an unbelievable quarterback, and I love it. I think it's great. And now they have a lovely receiving corps. I think Jonah Williams and Riley Reef over there can hold it down at offensive tackle. I think they can. It's not great. You want to pick up some more dudes later. They do it. The Falcons don't go quarterback. They don't take Justin Fields. They take Kyle Pitts. And now with Kyle Pitts, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Hayden Hurst, Matt Ryan, new offensive system, that will be one of the 3 best offenses in football. Mark my words. Absolutely. The Falcons offense will be one of the most beautiful things to watch next season, and I'm ridiculously excited. What were the Dolphins gonna do at 6 was another thing. So they don't get Pitts, they don't get Chase, they don't take Penei Sewell either, but they grab Jalen Waddle, wide receiver from Alabama, who started getting hyped to this team like 2 days ago. And I can't believe they actually went through with it. Jalen Waddle is an awesome receiver. I don't know if he's a great fit for this Dolphins team, because not only did they scoop up Will Fuller, they still don't have a great offensive line, and their quarterback doesn't really want to throw the ball down the field. At least last year he didn't. So it's weird. They do now have one of the most athletic and speedy offenses in football. That's for sure. And I'm excited to see how they make that work. Jalen Waddle, Will Fuller, Devontae Parker, Mike Gesicki. Tua, you've got your weapons. You've got your weapons now. What else happened? The Steelers took Najee Harris. I think that's going to come back to haunt them, to be honest. There was a lot of weird picks. I mean, nobody's mock draft was correct in this one. The Eagles trade up for Devontae Smith. I thought that was great. They traded with the Cowboys, which I was shocked. You know what? I think what it was, the Cowboys knew, okay, we can't get our guy, Patrick Surtain, who got taken by the Broncos. So let's just trade back and we'll go get Micah Parsons. And I think that's a cool fit as well. I think he can really, really juice their defense. We'll talk about that too. The Broncos did not take Justin Fields or Mac Jones when they have two not good quarterbacks on their roster. And then if you didn't want to take a QB, why didn't you just take Micah Parsons when you have a weakness at linebacker? You already have 3 starting caliber corners. 2 star corners, I would say. And why are you taking Surtain? Is he going to play much? I don't know. That was a weird pick. That was a really weird pick. I didn't understand it. Of course, the Raiders again, they just continue to overdraft these players that are second round, third round prospects just because they played in the national championship game. Of course, the Raiders keep doing the same old thing. The same old Raiders. They're never going to change. Of course. Why would they? They took Alex Leatherwood, by the way, who was not ever mocked in the first round. But because he played in the playoffs, that's the Raiders get on my nerves. But the Ravens take Rashad Bateman, my guy, Rashad Bateman. Loved that pick dearly loved that pick. That was awesome, and I loved it. But yeah, so those were some of the highlights. Did I say all the quarterbacks? Yeah, Mac Jones to New England. I think that's good. Justin Fields to the Bears, I think is great for them. Give that fan base some hope. And Trey Lance to the 49ers. In 2022, put your MVP bets down, because Trey Lance in that scheme is gonna be incredible. But yeah, fun draft. A lot of different picks than what we thought there would be. Yeah, I did not see the Titans going Caleb Farley. That was crazy. I did not see the Cardinals taking... Who'd they take? Did they... Zaven Collins? Yeah, that's a crazy pick. I didn't see that happening. A lot of craziness, but this is why I love the draft. I love the NFL draft, so... Yeah, great first round. I can't wait for rounds 2 and 3 tomorrow. You need to check in as well. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'm taking my behind to sleep. Y'all have a good night. Peace.